I used to watch the news a lot, and it just got to a point to where I was just really kind of depressed because of all the things that I saw on TV. And I began to realize that you should just absorb that stuff every day. You will be just completely, it'll depress you so much. And I don't mean that we should hide away from what the real world is about. We should never do that. But we shouldn't absorb it too much, because the problem is that so much of that news stuff, some of it's real and some of it's not. And some of it's very biased and all that other stuff. And it just can get people very, very upset. I'm going to make a little cut right here just where the arm goes. Yeah, you can be very biased and just feed on that stuff, and it's not good. I don't care what anybody says. It is not good to feed on negativity every single solitary day. And basically, the news is not interested in doing human interest stories that are good and mean something to people. They are interested in making money, and it just seems like the more negative, the better they like it. All right, see, we're getting there as we bring this guy down, you know, you just have to be real careful of letting yourself get lost in that negativity of life. Carving, this is one of the things that's great about carving, is that it relaxes you and it takes you away from all the stress and I really and honestly believe this, and I will say this. If people really learned how to whittle and carve, they would take a lot of stress off their lives. The world is stressful enough as it is. I mean, lately we've had the terrible bombings of Israel, and now the Gaza Strip. And I know this is all biblical. I know that this is happening for a reason. But you can just spend so much time. Okay, look at that. We're getting now to areas. And we're just shaping these things. See, it's kind of a shaping type thing. It's going to take a little long, but always make that little cut right in there. And I tell you what we're going to do. We'll just go ahead. Let's cut up like this right here, and let's go ahead and give him, the legs just like that. And let's just come across here like that. And let's do the same here. Okay. And let's come in here and do this. And of course, let's bring this down a little bit on the side here. This is an abstract, but it's just okay. Let's bring these shoes down. So in a way we're, you know, and let's go ahead and cut this in here. And let's cut this in here as a pants legs as we go. Okay. And we're going to bring these arms down like in here. See, that's why you want to get the head. You want to get the head right. And basically, this is so that you can kind of shape this area in here. And the head basically is going to be shaped like that. It's going to be I hope I didn't bore you with what I was saying about trying to stay active and stuff. I just see a lot of people that basically they retire, and retiring, so many people think, is to stop being active, but no, that's not a good thing. That's like retiring is basically being able to search things that you like to do and stay active doing them. Now, I don't play, like I said, I don't play golf or anything like that. So I try to stay active other ways, and you know, carving is not what you would call a a very active sport, but it does keep your mind intact and liking and doing what you prefer to do. I believe the Houston wood carvers have got something going on this weekend. I'm going to check into that. I might drive over to Houston and see what they've got going on. We don't have many carving shows around here. I think Houston's got a pretty good wood carving club. Okay, we're working. Bring these down a little bit more. They're a little too big. Okay, well, this one is looking pretty darn good. It's really looking well as we just shape the figure. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start on the other figure and start working it, and we'll go as we go along. Okay, and of course this is the guy holding this guy up, in other words. So we'll kind of come a little bit deeper with the pants legs, just a little bit deeper in there. Doesn't have to be real deep, but it helps. Okay, now this is going to be down the middle, that we're going to do the same here. Let's come it down the middle a little bit, and from each side begin to take some wood off. This is the fun about these type of things. Yeah, it's all of us need something. We really do. And that's why I'm so happy for the fact that Doug and other people like that have other guys, Van, Dan, so many guys are very good at what they and are presenting videos for that people can learn, and you can kind of get that stuff out of the way and enjoy the carving that you do. Main thing is, Lord have mercy, don't sit for so long. And we're going to bring this down as we bring the head down, because and that doesn't mean you won't get anything just because you won't. But I know one thing: you're sure not going to do yourself any good by sitting and just absorbing TV. I guess I just kind of stopped watching TV. It's just too depressing. And I mean, I keep up with the headlines. I keep up with what's going on in the world. I think we should do that. But I also think that too much diet of TV is just horrible for you. So that's just my opinion. You know, that's just my opinion. So whatever I get involved in, I'm involved in quite a few things, but whatever I get involved in, it's best to do what you find to be creative. I think that staying creative is extremely important for all of us to do in some way and somehow, to keep your mind going. Another reason I took this part in this play is I have to challenge myself to memorization. And those are the things I feel are good to challenge yourself at. Keep your mind from, in memorization and things like that. And just do the best that you can. So, okay, we're bringing, as you can see, we're bringing the other guy down. This is the guy that's in the top, and so we just bring, and all of this was taken. This little scenario was taken from a magazine, or not a magazine, the internet wood carvings of Acrobats, and I just took this little thing and I made it I just saw something that I didn't like, and saw that here, but I'll go back. I'm bad about this. Oh gosh, I'm bad about just piddling, seeing something and say, oh well, I should have done this or should have done that. But this is what I like about this little figure, is this is more of a shaping type thing for people. You sort of just shape it to make it what you want it to be, and Just keep taking off, keep going down, keep roughing out, and slowly but surely you get what you want, but you have to just keep working at it. And so, and another thing, doing a hobby challenges you to do something that maybe you haven't done before or whatever. Now, one of the things I don't believe in is to have so many hobbies that you don't have time and you can, you can learn. So many people have so many hobbies and that they somehow they get bored with one and they go to another. Now, if you really love carving, you're not going to become bored with carving. If you really love it, and you're just not going to become bored with it. So, so that's how one of the things that you use and do, that you understand, that you enjoy something, then you will we'll just bring that head down so that then I can bring, by bringing the head down, then I can start bringing the rest of the body down to match the way I want it to look. But the head has to come down first, that's all. And it's got to be rounded off as in an abstract, person. And I noticed that this head was a lot bigger than the other one. So with your knife, you want to bring it down to basically the same type size as the other one if you can, to give it more of a realistic look. And thus the body size can be very similar to the other one. So you just get things rolling there. Come up here, cut off some there. Oops, that's what you have to be careful of. Got to be careful of, and when you get into here by this thing, that you don't go too far. There's going to be, of course, on Let's Talk Carving, as the closer we get to Halloween, then I'm going to let people show their Halloween carvings, and they always enjoy that. It's Let's Talk Carving, running a site like Let's Talk Carving is pretty difficult because it's been very successful, but it also has been difficult to figure out what people really want to talk about sometimes. And I remember when I was putting out some questions and I had a choice that you choose 3 answers to it, in other words. And somebody wrote me and just said, a very experienced carver wrote me and said, well, just ask the questions and then, let us decide for ourselves, not that we have to choose 3 different answers for it, which made a lot of sense. It's very hard because every Saturday I try to have something special, a special question for carvers or something like that, or those that are in need of answering questions. They ask questions and things like that, and we've got so many great carvers on Let's Talk Carving that they really help. I'm going to cut the hands down a little bit. They really help so much in their what they say. The thing is, when you have a lot of carvers on there, you're going to have a lot of different answers, and nobody is the same. You know, you ask the question, well, what's the best way to sharpen? Well, you may have, 100 people answering that question. This is the way I sharpen, or this is the way I was taught, or whatever it is. That's the joy of carving. I've told this before. It's the joy of carving because people are so different. That's why I started the site, to get input into people who are very good at what they do. So bringing this down here to kind of, and then going in the middle here and cutting this on all sides, try to get the keeping that line just like here in the middle to keep it down. Now let's go ahead and just cut a little thing in here with the hand and the sleeve come just right in here. So we want to make sure that is cut in there so it will separate the hand from the sleeve and give it more of a look, as we say. And then we just kind of shape the hands a little bit as we come up here and do that. And like I said, this is an excellent course to do in just shaping. And of course we all know that shaping carvings, shaping this kind of stuff is important. And I'm going to have to stop the video here in a little while. And I've been on it for a little while. I want to sharpen my knife again. I didn't sharpen it before because it stays sharp so good, but I didn't